this is first game. There was a lot of learns, but a lot of successes as well. What did you take away from your Portland State performance?
The game was definitely a strain. It was a very long game for us. The offense was quick off the field, so the biggest takeaway I took from the game was straining in my technique even when you're tired, and just grinding through those plays.
And then, the defensive line, you guys get a lot of hurries and a lot of hits, or a fair amount. But kind of what confidence can you take from that game and translate it to the rest of the season?
Like you said, we get a lot of hurries, a lot of hits. Hopefully, get some more sacks. I feel like this was a good first game for us to, get warmed up, get in the groove of what that game-like feel was. And I think this week we're going to turn it up a little bit.
And of course, the crowd was about 20,000 on Saturday. Hopefully, it was larger this week. What do you expect from the crowd, and what kind of do you picture when you think about Martin Stadium at its best?
Martin Stadium at its best, man, is very lively, man. Definitely gives us energy to go out there and perform at our best. But even when there's not a lot of people in their stands, we bring the energy ourselves. So, yeah.
Ram, you're a Texas guy, right?
I am a Texas guy.
Do you have any players on the Texas Tech team that you know? I mean, is this a little bit more personal for you, maybe?
Not necessarily personal. I'm going to treat it like any other game, but I do have one of my closest friends that play over there, number 45, Terrell Tillman. So that'll be exciting to play him and see how that goes, yeah.
Of course, you saw what Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, did. They 52 points in their season opener. What does it help that you guys kind of have the same similar-ish playbooks? Like, does Arbuckle maybe tell you what way one guy's going to go or anything like that?
Not necessarily. They do run a similar offense to us, so that'll I will honestly help us out a little bit and not change too much of what we do up front, so that'll be smooth.
You guys have a couple of big games coming up with those, bigger conferences, bigger opponents, I would say. But obviously, all of you have said it doesn't change the way you prepare, but does it give you any extra motivation knowing that you might have more eyes on you, or it's just kind of a bigger stage?
Maybe a little bit. We may have bigger teams coming in, and, obviously there'll be a little bit more eyes. But, like I said, our technique, our fundamentals don't change. We're not going to go out there and act different from any other team. So, yeah.
And how do you personally want to perform this weekend?
I just want to perform to the best of my ability, man. So.
Only one sack for the defense last week, and it came from Khalil from the interior. But, obviously you look at the tape, and there's a lot of plays where you guys are forcing the Portland State quarterback, Josh Ray, out of the pocket, kind of disrupting his rhythm. How much do you think that adds some importance to getting a pass rush when it isn't necessarily going to end in a sack?
A lot of times we speak as a defense how the front helps the back end. So getting the quarterback off of his spot and making him move around and throw bad balls up for the defense for us to catch, that definitely helps out our back end and gets them a little bit more time to maybe guard their man and get in a better position. So, yeah.
How frustrating is it can be, though? You get a guy like that who's extremely mobile, and it seemed like there were 2 or 3 plays where there are some quarterbacks you probably would have had on the ground. Does it give you that extra drive to kind of say, all right, we'll get him the next time, we'll get him next week?
Yeah. It can be frustrating. Sometimes you miss sacks, but the biggest thing is to not let a snowball effect, man. It's really moving on to the next play, knowing that, I'll clean it up the next play coming up and I won't miss it.
I think statistically you had about 5-6 pressures. I think one of your more productive games in that regard since you've been here. Did it kind of feel like a bit of maybe a breakout here in your 4th season?
Maybe a little bit. I feel like I got a little bit more that I could have brought to the table. But, I just come to doing my job, straining through my technique, and then I know the plays will come to me.
Ram, I don't know if I've ever asked you, where does your name come from? Or, what does that mean?
I actually get this question a lot, but I'm actually a junior. My dad's name is Ray, and my dad's mom's name is Pam, and they combined the names Ray and Pam, and they made Ray Am. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's unique. When you were growing up, in the Dallas area, right? Did you ever, picture yourself playing for Tech at any point?
Actually, growing up, I was a big A&M guy, honestly. But as I got more into high school and learned about different schools and about Washington State, I quickly found this is a nice place to be, and it became home for me. So.
Yeah. Still, or between all you edges on the depth chart, does that foster some sort of competitiveness, or I don't know if that has any effect on just kind of the vibe in the room?
It's always competitive, even just defense in general. This sport in general is a competitive game, but we help each other. We build each other up. It's a competitive to an extent of not bashing each other. We're gonna always look out for each other and allow each other to reach our potential. Sorry.